as Ayush tries to set up this shot for Mohammad Nem. Looks like Rainier is hugging the touchline. It almost worked out.
A big opportunity coming for FC Goa. Under 30 seconds. Nemil with that shot, just feeling the afters from the tackle that came in from Tulanga in the middle of the park. Won't be very pleased and hope that he can get back to his feet rather quickly. Seems to have done so, but is having trouble put weight on it. Hopefully they can continue. Nemil stays on and we don't have to see an early change. Looking at the lineups as we were speaking about earlier, you've got Nemil up front, you've got Dejan Drazic also, who's been their most prolific goal scorer or their most prolific player in general. Rainier, who gets an odd start today. Yes, he's hugging that touchline, but you would feel somewhere that Dejan Drazic becomes that last man up front and Nemil plays out on the wing, giving Rainier that number 10 position where he would be most effective. But at the moment, it's a question that comes into my head as well. Does Rainier have the lungs and the pace to go up and down that wing? I've always seen him play in the middle of the park, but never down the wing. Bryson, also on that occasion, going up with Vijay Chetri. There won't be a lack of physicality also from this side, from this Mumbai side, who want to make sure that they can add another clean sheet and another unbeaten run to their name.
If they go unbeaten in this one, then that unbeaten season record becomes a reality, something to chase down as well. Surprising selection, but Rainier must have done extremely well in training over the past week to merit his inclusion down the wings, given that Abdul Rabi and Muhammad Yasir are both available on the bench. But that said, Manolo Marquez has also used the season to see as much of the players that he has on the roster, giving opportunities to those who haven't had too many. They come up against a very strong Mumbai City side, so why not try them against what has been one of the best teams in the league so far?
But at the same time, Pul, I remember even Manolo saying that the rest of the season Bob Raj will start in goal, and he's quickly turned it around and brought Ritik Tiwari back into the starting lineup. That only suggests two things: that the intent to win is clear, and he wants his most performing individuals to be on the pitch. So if Rainier is playing on the wing, Boris and Yasir.
Very, very close there. Nemil trying to lob Lachenpa, who came off his line. A smart little ball forward though.
Absolutely. As I said, the most hard-working and the most performing individual starting each game, and that's completely certain. Bryson on that wing, Rainier on this one. Yasir has some work cut out for him.
Here's Drazic. Beautifully back into the path of Bryson, who might have been able to shift it on his right and take a shot. Instead he tried to find Nemil. Goa have started very quickly. Here's Boris. Rainier Fernandez. A little overhit. Not a sniff of the ball so far for Mumbai City.
That's also going to be a key battle, Pula, with Pereira Diaz, who's just come in, Brandon, who's playing his former side. It'll be interesting to see how Mumbai City settle into this game, because as you rightly said, it's all FC Goa at the moment, just under 4 minutes.
And they want an early start to the Saturday evening in Goa. Winning this game will surely be one of the ways. Lachenpa seemed to have hurt himself in that little coming together with Mohammad Nemil, when the ball was lobbed into the youngster's path. Decent win, 3-1 against Odisha. Very strong in the second half, Goa, with goals from Drazic, Moreno, and of course Bryson Fernandez also opening his account. He really was desperate to get a goal, especially after winning so many plaudits in the previous campaign. As for Mumbai City, they come into this on the back of a 1-1 draw against Jamshedpur, something which kept the Red Miners in the league or in the hunt for the top spot for some time, that defeat in Kochi must have been quite damaging.
Absolutely. For Jamshedpur, they needed to win that game. Losing out and not being able to score either. I was speaking on the game how Jamshedpur have conceded first in the last 4 games, and that's now come back to haunt them in a way where they conceded 2 without an answer. I think Kerala Blasters did a very good job to get under Jamshedpur players' skin. Stephen Eze getting a direct red, hopefully that doesn't hamper the Jamshedpur spirits, because after he went off as well, it seemed like a frustrating night up front in the attack for Jamshedpur, and seems to be like Ashley Westwood's gaining momentum at Kerala Blasters.
Johnny Kauko looking up towards Pereira Diaz, too long for him. Really solid setup from Peter Kratke. He hasn't really tinkered a lot with the 6 outfield players just ahead of Lachenpa. And that's been one of the key elements of this particular season. He stopped experimenting and trying to complicate things.
I think that's been the key in a short season. Peter Kratke and Mumbai wanted consistency, and that's what he's found. In my eyes, have been on Naufal, who's stepped up this season. When you speak of competition in the squad, earlier this season there was Vikram Pratap who was competing for that spot with Bipin, who moved on to East Bengal, and now Naufal is competing for that spot with Vikram Pratap. So it's an interesting battle amongst the team as well, and consistency also being found under Peter Kratke.
Bryson wants the give and go, too crowded in there. And that's what Mumbai City seem to do very well. They try and play through the back line. They converge on one player. They know exactly when to move. Every player has a particular duty in terms of where to track back. And they're not really afraid of defending collectively. It's very rare that the centre-backs have been exposed to a one-on-one opportunity. Bryson goes over the top to find Drazic. This is the kind of area from where he can be very effective. He sent 2 packing, and then Drazic's attempt before Rainier tried to nod it back in. That's big deflection actually helped Mumbai City defend that chance.
Yeah, Drazic cutting it back onto his right foot against Valpuya and Vijay Chetri both present. Akash Mishra just being bundled over with that header that hit the shoulder of Rainier. Not the nicest of landings. You could see Akash Mishra just feel the afters, but Rainier just letting us know why Manolo Marquez has chosen him tonight over the rest of the squad available. It's the intent, the hunger and desire. I'm sure that's got him that first 11 start under Manolo tonight.
Ayush Chetri and Manolo Marquez speaking about him in the pre-match press conferences, in an interview as well, in terms of how much he improves Goa. He said that every time he's on the pitch he makes the team better. And initially when he came into the team there was a lot of chatter about his passive passing, but if you look at his numbers, he's been taking more risks. He's been trying to play forward first, sometimes gets caught in possession like that against Johnny Kauko, which is a very good learning battle for him. The experienced midfielder will try and make his life difficult.
And there he is again, just to cancel that ball, intercept that ball before Pereira Diaz finds the on-rushing. Naufal on that run. But it's also, I think, when Ayush Chetri is in the middle of the pitch, you find that ball being played a little more forward quickly, a little more quicker than the rest of the time, and I think that's what you need, because when you look at Sahil Tavora, as I've spoken earlier, he's going to be your main destroyer. If you look at Udanta in the middle of the park, who's an out-and-out winger, doesn't really have that in his locker to play those incisive passes. He's got the lungs, he's got the effort and the desire, but the vision seems to be a lot more better when Ayush Chhetri is in the middle of the park.
Good play between Chhetri and Nemel to find Bryson, who's lost possession in an instant. Here's Kauko. Naufal. In really good form, of course, this season. Kauko again has been set up for a shot. Excellent block. Sahil Tavora this time.
Sahil Tavora doing exactly what he's brought into this team for. Destroying attacks, making sure he blocks any attacks that come down his way or through him. It'll be an interesting battle in the midfield today as well, Pola. You've got Yoni Kauko, Langa and Brandon against Dejan Drazic, Ayush Chhetri and Sahil Tavora. One of those three will have to make sure that they get more control than the other for their wingers to play a bigger part in this game. Dejan Drazic obviously will be having a higher role, drifting towards the wing, doubling up on the side where Valpuya is, but the other two out and out wingers, which is Naufal and Changte, will want their midfield to win those battles in the middle of the park.
Yeah, Sahil Tavora has been very active on his social media platforms as well, making videos of his daily routines and training and what he's been eating. Now the comments are absolute gold under them, just in case you haven't had a look yet.
Just make sure he's had the right breakfast or the right meal to make sure his team wins it. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a good healthy breakfast with a side of 3 points today evening.
Good press by Goa here. Drazic picks it up. Wonderful little turn.
So good at that direction change. That's so clever.
খেলা হয়ে গেছে এফসি গোয়া 0 মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি 0 তবে এফসি গোয়া বেশি অ্যাটাক করছে আজকে ম্যাচটা যদি মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি হেরে যায় নিশ্চয়ই এই পয়েন্ট টেবিলের নিচের দলগুলোর জন্য কিছু সুবিধা হবে মোহনবাগান বা ইস্ট বেঙ্গল সেই রেসপেক্টিভলি ম্যাচটা খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ এফসি গোয়াকে আজকে জিততে হবে মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি হারলে লিগটা আবার একটু টাইট হবে, না হলে কিন্তু কয়েকজন দূরে চলে যাবে অন্য দলগুলো থেকে। এমনিতেই পয়েন্ট তালিকাতে 1 নম্বরে রয়েছে এবং ভালো খেলছে এবার মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি অন্য দলগুলোর তুলনায়, যে কারণেই তারা মাঝে টেবিলে অনেকটা নিচে থাকার পরে এখন টেবিলে একদম 1 নম্বরে। দেখা যাক আজকে কি হয় এই ম্যাচে।
I think that's the usual case, Pula. When you look at FC Goa, they average about 60% or a little more ball possession in games. Peter Kratky somewhere would know that, but he'd be happy to just let FC Goa have the ball as long as they can hurt them on the counter, and that's something that Manolo said as well. If Mumbai City decide to play on the counter, they've got pacey players to attack us and hurt us. If they decide to come and press us up high in an attacking manner, they've got the physicality also present. So I think there's respect from FC Goa coming into this game, but they'll surely make sure that that respect is only not said or given, it's earned by FC Goa.
Naufal, this is the kind of break that Mumbai City thrive on. Nicely played for Brandon Fernandes. That was quickly blocked by Moreno. Threw his body in front of the shot. Now Luanga. Kauko. Brandon just away from Pereira Diaz. Ball protection very much part of Chhetri's game as well, in the middle of the park. Rainey automatically drifting into central areas. That allows Boris to go up. So certainly there is a ploy there in terms of both of them switching roles. Good pick out from Rainier. Drazic was way out wide, and Akash Mishra makes his first challenge of the game.
Dejan Drazic on that occasion just trying to get onto that ball. down the channel. Just, I feel, needed more support.
No race with the clearance. Peter Kratky went 5 unbeaten against Manolo Marquez ever since coming to India. But he has lost the last 2 games against him, including the one in the Super Cup, which allowed Goa to go on and defend the title. As long as they keep Akash Mishra contained in that defensive zone, Goa should be safe. It's when he starts bombing up and down the pitch and bringing in other players in an attacking sense, that's when Mumbai City start playing better. Just climbing over Rainier, using his elbow as leverage.
Rainier also not happy with that pull-up. But that's something you got to expect as a winger, that you're going to get clatted at every opportunity a fullback gets.
Excellent play from Goa, close passing. That is something that they do so well, especially when they start purring. Most amount of average passes per game for Goa, but a lot of them may not be meaningful. However, this time there's a different kind of urgency in the way they're moving the ball around. It's probably also come from Manolo Marquez, telling them that this is a must win. If they fail to hamper Mumbai City on this occasion, then it's going to be very difficult to get back into the title race, as Pereira Diaz hits that over the bar.
Absolutely, with games running out, FC Goa need to know, and FC Goa knows they need a win today. And a draw or a loss certainly will not help their cause. They want to be amongst the pack as the season comes down to the business end, and hope that they can be in that top 2 or that top spot by the end of all of their games. It's not going to be easy, but winning this game will surely help.
Rainier.
সতেরো 18 মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত, মুম্বাই 0 এফসি গোয়া 0। আজকের ম্যাচটা যদি ড্র হয় তাহলেও আমি বলবো যে মোহনবাগান বা ইস্টবেঙ্গলের জন্য ভালো, কারণ এরাই 2-3 নম্বরে রয়েছে। তবে মুম্বাই যদি আজকের ম্যাচটা হেরে যায়, নো ডাউট ইট উইল বি দ্য, মানে কি বলবো, এটা সবচেয়ে ভালো হবে মোহনবাগান এবং ইস্টবেঙ্গলের জন্য। দেখুন, নিঃসন্দেহে আমি চাই যে ইস্টবেঙ্গলই চ্যাম্পিয়ন হোক, বাট স্টিল বলবো যদি বাংলারও কোনো দল চ্যাম্পিয়ন হয় তাও ভালো। তাই আজকের ম্যাচ, আমি তো এফসি গোয়ার সাপোর্টার, আপনারা কোন দলের সাপোর্টার অতি অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করে জানান। আমি আপনাদের জন্য এই রেজাল্টটা দেওয়ারই চেষ্টা করছি ম্যাচের। ফাউল এখানে ব্র্যান্ডন ফার্নান্ডেজকে ফাউল করা হয়েছে। রোনাল্ডোর মতো 7 নম্বর জার্সি পরে করছে ভালপিয়া। মুম্বাইকে আজকে হারাতেই হবে।
In attacking positions.
Cleared away by Luchen for this time. Still haven't been able to string together 5 or 6 passes at a time, Mumbai City. 20 minutes gone. And usually when it's a game like that, it doesn't really surprise many if the team which hasn't seen enough of the ball goes on a counter and scores. But we've hardly seen the likes of Changte and Pereira Diaz not getting enough on the ball, not tucking in. Brandon Fernandes unable to control and pull the strings from midfield. So there's a few things which might not be going according to plan for Mumbai City so far, even though every time they come to the Fathoda they do find a lot of success.
they look to find success, but you rightly mentioned about team playing on the counter. I think for Mumbai City, they're on top of the table. One thing that they would not want to do is lose this game today. For FC Goa, I think Peter Kratky, also listening to Manolo Marquez, somewhere knows that there will be opportunities where FC Goa starts risking a lot more, pushing players a lot more forward, which will then give an opportunity for the pace of Mumbai City to hurt FC Goa, be it on the counter. So as this game goes on, I feel it plays into the hands of Mumbai City a lot more.
They'll have to be disciplined with holding their shape. That's something that Kratky seems to have instilled in the side this season. It's going to be a first set piece of the game. Goa with this corner allows Jingan and Moreno to come up. Moreno, of course, has got 2 goals already this season. Sangwan, beautiful delivery. Vijay Chetri got the first clearance and then easy for Lachenpa.
Mumbai City at the moment doing well to just soak up the pressure and maybe find opportunities to hurt FC Goa on the counter, but at the moment it all seems like FC Goa, they want to hold on to proceedings and make sure that they can get that first goal to make that task for Mumbai City a little harder, because then if they do score the first one, FC Goa, then it's Mumbai City who have to step out and get that win, or even that equalizer. That plays into the hands of FC Goa to get the win for themselves.
The more you see Rainier on the right wing, the more you understand why he might have been played there, for that added protection. Given how many goals Mumbai City score from wide areas and how incisive they can be. You can see how close he was to Changte when he chested the ball down and stole it in the previous play that they had.
Definitely you have to give credit to Rainier for doing that job well, but the question for me still arises the same. How much and for how long can Rainier continue in that role? He's not an out-and-out winger, and as you mentioned, Pula, when Akash Mishra starts bombing forward, that's when the real test for Rainier comes into play on how much to track back and moving forward or joining the counter-attack is going to be possible for Rainier. I'll be happy to see him fulfill that role brilliantly, but at the moment it waits to be seen.
Kauko's cut back for Pereira Diaz, who's completely mishit that. Probably expect better from a striker of his caliber. Naufal picks it up, and Jingan heard the call from Tiwari.
That's good work, that's good communication from Ritik Tiwari and Sandesh. But I think there needs to be a little more communication towards Pereira Diaz. Had time to take that ball with a touch to himself, but decided to go on his first touch.
Nicely done by Drazic. And then Ayush Chetri earns a corner.
Ayush Chetri, we can see him getting forward. That's what you need from your midfielders. I think that's what's been missing on more than a few occasions for FC Goa. Midfielders joining the attackers.
Going to be a change in the corner taker. Dejan Drazic with an in-swinging delivery towards the keeper. Easily glanced out by Nuno Reis. Changte has swapped wings. It was almost as if he was absent on the pitch when he was playing down the right. Just making Goa rethink something different for them to deal with. Doesn't always work, but Mumbai City, according to numbers, are the most potent side in terms of attacking down the wings. 30 attacks from both wings, and you can see the balance. So it doesn't really matter who plays who, it's the approach. Rainier, Nemil, great first touch, and then quickly wanted to get the shot away.
I think one reason why FC Goa is getting so much joy is they're winning the ball up high, which gives the strikers an opportunity to test the goalkeeper or create a few meaningful attacks. And at the same time, the tactics are very clear. You can see Sahil Tavora marshalling Brandon anywhere and everywhere he goes on that pitch. That's a role that we know for a fact that Sahil can do really well. Brandon Fernandes and him will have a very important individual battle, and it'll wait to be seen who gets the better of whom. And looks like Langa also has gone into the referee's book.
Yeah, this is why went in late, straight onto the shin of Ayush Chetri. Lots of games seeing sending offs in this season. Let's hope this one stays 11v11. Jingan with the switch, brought down well by Bryson, picked up by Nemil, and here's Drazic. Nemil once more, Chetri, and Mohammad Nemil this time with a better shot. Lachinpa palms it out. Another very decent attempt from the youngster.
Nemil combining with Bryson at this moment. Great shot coming in, pulling out a save from Furba. He's trying to curl that away from him towards that bottom corner. Furba aware of the danger.
Well, Nemil doesn't really like the way he was challenged, went and shoulder barged a player, and then Changte had to just come in and tried to make the situation better.
But you like that bit of feistiness in a game, don't you? Like, you want to see players competing against each other. You want that little nibble in that game. You don't want a dull West Coast rivalry, do you now?
Yeah, this is not the gentleman's sport. That's the other one. Needs a bat and ball. This one is everyone's sport. It's a physical sport. There's a limit as to how far can you not have this, because if you don't have that, what's the point?
28 মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি 0 এফসি গোয়া 0 কর্নার এফসি গোয়ার পক্ষে ড্রাজিক করবে কর্নার মারবে ড্রাজিক দেখা যাক গোল হয় কিনা
Good delivery again. The pressure just building on Mumbai City with a tough goal. Eventually it hit the back of the net. Sahil Tavora with the final touch. It was chaotic, but he was the calmest in the storm.
দলামলা পাকিয়ে গোল করে দিল, কে গোল করলো বোঝাও গেল না। সাহিল
And a wonderful opener, well deserved for FC Goa in a game
FC
in which
Goa
they
গোল
suffered
করে
so much.
দিল, FC Goa এটাই
But
তো
the dominance
চাইছিলাম।
pays off, and they're 1-0 up at the Patrona. Great delivery coming in from Dejan Drazic. After all of that commotion in the box, Mumbai City not being able to clear their lines. Paul Moreno with the first clearance. Then Ayush with the shot not being dealt with. The ball finally landing to Sahil Tavora, who finishes it.
Sahil
The
Tavora
side foot towards the bottom corner. Ready, aware, and the first one to react.
And this time Furba not being able to get nothing on it through a sea of bodies. FC have that first goal that they've been pressing and looking for throughout that first 27 minutes, and now they finally have it. They wanted to win a game, they've got the lead, and now can they hold on to it will be remain to be seen.
And there's something very heartening about Tavora scoring in Goa colours. Such a well-liked character in the team, even in the state. Pops in once in a while for a pickup game and just treats everyone with so much respect. So Sahil Tavora scoring is always a welcome sight. Manolo Marquez will be saying that this is exactly what they should continue doing. He was missed in that previous game. Yes, they did beat Odisha, and Harsh Patre came in and did a decent job, but Sahil Tavora this season has been a very important cog in the way Goa play.
100%. He's been an integral part of this FC Goa side, and he's showing exactly why he's so important, not just with his defensive capabilities, but also his goal scoring attributes. That's an all-important goal that FC Goa needed. Great goal, great team player, but just has to work on his dance moves now.
Oh, enough salsa classes all across the state. I'm sure he knows a couple of places.
Definitely so.
Important goal though in the entire makeup of the season, which is Jamshedpur dropping points early. Mumbai City must have gotten enough motivation to go on and win this. Their form on their side, unbeaten in the league so far. But the way Goa started this game, there was just a different feeling to it. Even that press from Rainier.
Definitely, I think FC Goa have come in with the intent they want to get the win, and at the moment they're moving towards it. And Mumbai City, who do not want to drop points. Not only Mumbai City will be worried, but Mohan Bagan will also be thanking FC Goa, because that gets them right hot on the heels of Mumbai City.
Here's Naufal. Tried to set himself up, finally manages to do so, and Ritik Tiwari just saw the ball move right at the very end and pounded away.
Great shot coming in from Naufal. Finds that bit of space to take that shot. Ritik Tiwari taking no risk, just palming it away, and then Boris cleaning up right after.
It's about not conceding immediately after scoring. That's something that Manolo Marquez will be wary of as Akash Mishra sends this in. Jingan's touch was not enough. Drazic's is. Hooked away by Brandon Fernandes. Naufal should be able to get there first. A decent cross as well, just under Changte. Yoni Kaukos pick it up. Tremendous block from Sangwan. It's a good response from the visitors. Great balance from Drazic to turn Brandon. Drazic. Nemil takes it past Lachenka, but the heavy touch just manages to keep it in. And then just fouling Akash Mishra, that would have been a spectacular goal if he had just got the right touch.
Yeah, Drazic again pulling strings with a chip towards Nemil. Does the right thing, takes a touch across the defender, but Farba aware of the danger and just making sure that he's the first one to react to that touch before it lands towards Nemil. Also doing the right thing, not diving in with his feet to give away a penalty. Letting Nemil decide and just usher him towards that goal line, who then again fouls Akash Mishra on that occasion. Put in a tackle just like Akash Sangwan did at the other end. Great tackle to block the Mumbai City equalizer, if not so.
Just wondering whether this is something they've been doing in training in terms of playing that cute little dink forward. It's not the first time they've done it. 3 or 4 times in this game. It's not like Goa don't do it. The amount of times they've tried it against Mumbai City, one thinks whether Manolo Marquez has gone and said maybe the defenders can't defend that, as Pereira Diaz hustles into the box and forces Ritik Tiwari to come out. The decision's gone Goa's way, but that's what Pereira Diaz can do.
That's a good run. Paul Moreno with a timely tackle. Pereira Diaz jumped over that, and right before he could take a touch, Ritik Tiwari importantly getting his hands to it. Timely challenge coming in from both Boris and Paul Moreno. Paul Moreno's tackle being the also important one. Pereira Diaz also had the help of Changte at the other wing. Maybe could have just played that ball onto him to take the pressure and the defenders away.
Maybe could have gone down. It's something you wonder. Yes, strikers are asked to stay on their feet, but that was a challenge where if Pereira Diaz goes down, there was contact, then the referee has something to think about. He rode the challenge, And it's not too often you see Pereira Diaz being the nice guy. And maybe that's why, because when you're the nice guy in the box, it doesn't really work out in his favour.
Not at all. I think maybe the only reason he didn't go down is because Boris was right next to him winning that ball. So the referee also had a question to ask whether the timing of Moreno's tackle and Boris winning the ball is somewhat similar than the ball being under the control of Pereira Diaz. But nonetheless, Mumbai City will come again.
If only Naufal was onside. But it's a good response. They've not gone into a shell. In fact, it's almost like a wake-up call for Mumbai City. They've started to play with a lot more, just more attacking mindset. They're willing to take the risk because now they have to. They're forced. But this is a much better contest now compared to the first half an hour.
Definitely, I don't think Mumbai City will go into a shell, especially on their unbeaten run that they've been on, getting that goal against Mohun Bagan as well, who were contenders and also title holders. At some point, Mumbai must be thinking to themselves, if we've beaten the champions, everything else should be secondary. And that's the belief that Mumbai City will now want to ride on.
Tiwari sends it out wide. Rene Fernandez almost playing a right midfielder's role, a position which has almost become extinct in football these days. There is no RM nowadays, there's an RW, a right winger and a right back. Rene Fernandez just playing around that halfway line point to defend and attack. And Manolo Marquez just adding a layer of protection. Has worked out so far.
Absolutely, I think they wanted another extra body in the middle of the park, and Rainier can do that. And today playing on the wing, he also has that ability to cross the ball, not just go till the wing and cross the ball or till out and out goal line, just can cross from wherever the opportunity arises.
Brandon easily seen away. Pereira Diaz couldn't get involved because he was offside.
But one thing I've noticed on crosses that have been coming in, Pula, it's Pereira Diaz not in the middle. A couple of balls that have been whipped in to the center of the box. He's either been at the edge or just coming short for that small little pass inside the box. I think he needs to be available to get at the end of crosses, because Brandon also available, but just not being found, or the timing of those runs not being able to find the on-rushing runner.
Irani has gone down.
38 মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত হয়ে গেছে। মুম্বাই 0 এফসি গোয়া 1। সাহিল তাবোরার গোলে এগিয়ে রয়েছে এফসি গোয়া। ম্যাচে কিন্তু এফসি গোয়ারই আধিপত্য বেশি রয়েছে দেখা যাচ্ছে। মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি এখন আইএসএল লিগ তালিকায় 1 নম্বর দল। তাদেরকে হারাতে হবে এফসি গোয়া, তাহলে তারা যেমন একটু উপরের দিকে উঠে আসবে, পাশাপাশি মুম্বাইয়ের মতো দলকে হারিয়ে কনফিডেন্স পাবে এবং এতে লিগ তালিকায় 2-3 নম্বরে থাকা দলগুলোরও কিছুটা সুবিধা হয়ে যেতে পারে।
Close, but the right call. It's good to see Nemil play almost like an out-and-out number 9 in this one.
I was just about to say the same. It's good. His movement's been, a good find for Indian football, you can say. So maybe gives another layer to think of when he's playing as a winger in an attacking 4-3-3, or maybe just a fluid front three.
Vijay Chetri tried to play there off the Andrazic, didn't work out.
তো এফসি গোয়া যদি জেতে তাহলে আবার ইস্ট বেঙ্গল 4 নম্বরে নেমে যাবে, এফসি গোয়া চলে আসবে 3 নম্বরে, এরকম একটা ব্যাপার রয়েছে কিন্তু।
Well, the last couple of games have just been going through the numbers. Mumbai City have usually always scored first, apart from the Inter-Kashi game where they drew on level terms, and Changte scored in the 53rd minute. They've either won the game or they've always held on to a lead. So this is probably something that now Peter Kratky and Mumbai City have to deal with, because against Jamshedpur, that was their earlier draw. They conceded late from a Sarthak goal. And if you look at the other two games, Odisha, they won 1-0. Mohun Bagan, they won 1-0. So the only other time that they had to fight back was Inter-Kashi. And prior to that, it's also them scoring first against Sporting Club Delhi, which was the 4 in the 17th minute with Diaz and Naufal. So questions now will be asked of Mumbai City as well. How do you come back into a game?
Yeah, must be a different challenge mentally to always be used to taking the lead. And it's not just any other team they've conceded against. Naufal. Good movement. Pereira Diaz has been found and is onside as well. Boris backtracking. Pereira Diaz with the first dummy and then smashes it into Rainer's feet. Nuno Reish. Decent delivery from the centre back. Nemil needed a better touch to just bring it down and under control. Clipped over the top once more. Naufal. Gorgeous shift again. That ball was moving. Didn't take a touch, so it's out for a goal kick. Twice now that Naufal's done that.
You have to give credit to Naufal. Doesn't take time, finds that little inch or yard of space and wants to get that shot off early on that occasion. The idea was right, but just got underneath that ball, wanting to try the curler, but just hit it with the top of his foot in his laces. No curl on that at all. But on the other wing, you have to ask questions of Changte. He's been a bit silent. He's tried to shift wings as well, not been involved much. He'd surely want to be involved, especially with the number of goals he's got this season. He's one of their prolific goal scorers, or the highest goal scorer at the moment. You want to make sure that he can get involved and probably get the equalizer, if not the winner.
0 dribbles so far from Ralianswala Changte. It's possibly also because Sangwan isn't really going forward. What usually happens is Goa leaves spaces down the wings because Akash Sangwan is so prone to going forward and crossing it in. But he's just stayed back with Changte. He's been shadowing him. You can even see now in that line, Boris is slightly further ahead. Sangwan just being asked to contain Changte for the time being.
But that also comes from the fact that they're losing 1-0. This is newfound territory for all of them, because you usually see fullbacks committing forward when you're losing the game. At the moment, FC Goa or their opponent are in the lead, so now Mumbai have to find a way to move the fullbacks and the centre backs out of position so that their wingers and strikers can find routes to make inroads and find that goal to themselves.
I'll just go old school and ask Changte to take on Sangwan. Haven't really seen Changte in a one-on-one so far.
It's been a while, definitely. I think that's what I meant. He has to ask questions and find a way to get across his man. You always will be able to find space when you're winning games, but now that there's a defender right in front of you, just be direct. Just confident enough to take him on, just like
there,
that.
like that. Good win from Chetri. Here's Drazic. Rainier. Really good game management just before the half-time whistle from Goa. There was a little 5-minute period where they were worried Mumbai City could fight back. They were being asked the right questions, but the likes of Bryson and Nemil have always looked dangerous every time Drazic has picked up the ball. Sangwan has stayed slightly withdrawn, which has meant that Changte is not really part of the equation, not yet at least. That can change quickly. He's up against Moreno. Changte with his quick feet, Moreno with his long reach.
This is better from Changte, trying to take on defenders, trying to find that opportunity for himself and his team. And applying that pressure again, taking that throw in quickly. And now earning inside a corner in added time. Hopefully, if this goes in, the team talk just changes from both these coaches.
Changte's delivery. He's asking for a handball. Kauko was the one appealing. Kluanga. No, that won't work.
Just probably wanted to whip a hard delivery, a pacey delivery, ask questions of the FC Goa defense, but just getting it completely wrong. And at the moment, FC Goa in the lead has Peter Kratky some thinking to do. How does he make it back into this game? Manolo will be happy with his team's performance and what he's seen in that first half from them.
Rania for Nemil. Nemil from distance this time. Glorious. And that's how you score your first Indian Super League goal. It's been a long time coming, Mohammad Nemil. Run to the fans and embrace the love. First that knee injury and now a face mask to protect his cheek. Mumbai City find themselves 2-0 down. A gorgeous left footer from Mohammad Nemil, potential being realized.
Nemil getting space, taking a touch and wasting no time.
হেভি গোল নেমেলের হেভি গোল, দারুণ একটা গোল করেছে, বিরাট বড় মানে বিরাট ডিস্টেন্স থেকে, বক্সের বাইরে অনেকখানি দূর থেকে, প্রায় 10-15 গজ দূর থেকে শট করে গোল, দারুণ গোল। এফসি গোয়া 2, মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি 0।
To get onto that and straight away into family and friends. Just how important is that goal for Nemil? As you mentioned, the first goal in the Indian Super League and an also important one. Just giving that bit of breathing space to FC Goa to take into half-time. Now the half-time talk from Peter Kratky completely changes.
And as usual, Goa against Mumbai City producing great goals. He's had to be so patient for that. And
first half 2-0 গোলে এগিয়ে মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি 0, এফসি গোয়া 2।
Cantona and just stand there watching the ball go into the back of the net, but eventually gave in to running towards a lot of supporters in that stand where the friends and family sit.
I think I'm sure Pula, he's got family in that stand. That's why he went there. Looked like his parents were there, but only Nemil will know who they were. All we can do is appreciate that beauty that he's just scored.
So it's half time. Goa starting quickly and ending the half with a flourish at the break. The Goars lead City 2-0.
আজকের ম্যাচটা মুম্বাইয়ের হারা দরকার, বাট এফসি গোয়া জিতলেও আবার ওরা 3 নম্বরে চলে আসবে, 16 পয়েন্ট হয়ে যাবে, ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের সঙ্গে 1 পয়েন্টের পার্থক্য হয়ে যাবে। সেক্ষেত্রে মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি হবে 18, মোহনবাগান 17 এবং 16 এফসি গোয়া 15 হবে। ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের 4 নম্বর থাকবে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল। তো হাড্ডাহাড্ডি একটা লড়াই কিন্তু হয়ে যাবে, কিন্তু যদি ম্যাচটা কোনোভাবে ড্র হয়ে যায় তাহলে কিন্তু মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি যেমন আরও 1 পয়েন্ট পেয়ে যাবে, এফসি গোয়া 1 পয়েন্ট পেলেও কিছু হবে না। 15 পয়েন্ট নিয়ে ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের সঙ্গে বা ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের নিচেই থাকবে, গোল পার্থক্যে তো ইস্ট বেঙ্গল এগিয়ে রয়েছে, 15 পয়েন্ট যাদের রয়েছে। ফলত আজকে ম্যাচটা মানে খুবই ক্রুশিয়াল একটা ম্যাচ এই লিগে কিন্তু বলাই যায়। মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি তারা 2 গোলের পিছিয়ে, 2 গোল কি দিতে পারবে মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি ফিরে এসে ফার্স্ট হাফের পরে? সেকেন্ড হাফে গিয়ে তারা কি কামব্যাক করতে, কি হয় দেখা যাক। বড় কঠিন হয়ে গেল কিন্তু তাদের কাছে এই ম্যাচটা।
how does Mumbai City get back into this game?
It's been a while we've seen Mohammad Nem play. Highly rated transfer from Rajasthan a long time ago, loaned out as well. Having to wait for his chance for Mumbai as Drazic tries to create another one for Goa. He's so clever squeezing between those two black shirts, and then eventually ran out of steam and was overpowered.
Overpowered and then overhit. Drazic winning that ball off of Tulanga, who does well to just track him back, win that ball back. Does everything right, including winning that ball, and then just overhits that ball that's gone out from, that was hit towards Naufal. Mumbai City need to find a way.
Now full up against Boris once more. Yoni Kauko. And Pereira Diaz lonely.
They need to find a way, as we said Pula earlier. Moreno and Sandesh both will be happy to deal with aerial balls that come in, and anything that is a half chance, their physicality will usually, if not always, come out on top. On that occasion, Pereira Diaz fighting for that ball or that half chance against Sandesh and runs it out for a goal kick. They have to find a way to play in and around that defense of FC Goa, and at the moment they can't find any way through them.
There's a point in every season where everything comes together for Manolo Marquez's team. You see a complete performance, and you wonder, how did he manage to do that? It takes time. So far it has been that. Pereira Diaz was looking for Brandon, but this is the template of how Goa want to play, and they've missed a lot of talent, lost out on a lot of important key players who have given them success over the past couple of seasons. A lot of experience as well missing, but that's when it's time for those who don't have enough experience to step in and provide the goals and provide the entertainment. Nemel has done so. Sahil Tavora has taken his chance specifically for this night. Irene Fernandez also. Maybe Peter Kratke has to dip into the bench, into the slight inexperience that he has. The likes of Mohammad Nem come to mind. Vikram Pratap is an obvious candidate to make an impact. He's not inexperienced though. That's why something could be expected once he joins the fray. Interesting to see how he's going to deal with this.
I think we can also see a change in the middle of the park. Tulanga, who's again gone in and tackled Bryson on a yellow. How many more opportunities does the referee let him have before he gets that second yellow? And before that happens, I'm sure Peter Kratke will want to make the change. Vikram Pratap, obvious choice. You get the physicality of Ayush Chikara also to put two up front to make it more difficult for both Moreno and Sandesh to deal with two strikers. But apart from that, it's up to, by the looks of it and by the bench that he's got, the inexperience there, it's up to these boys on the pitch to make a difference.
Yeah, the latest number 45, Zotan Puya, also on the bench in case he wants a replacement for Tluanga. Drazic threads it forward for Mohammad Nem. Tries to chip Lachenpa, went for the audacious, he's got that in his locker. Lachenpa's not having it the second time.
I think that's clever from Nemel, though he knows he's not the biggest, he's not going to win a lot of physical duels and battles, making sure his first touch is great to get the second one as a shot or on target. He's already got a goal to himself on that occasion, just trying to get another goal to himself by being clever.
Drazic sets up a shot for Bryson, who took a touch too many. And now Sahil Tavora. A little deflection makes it easy for Lachenpa. And from the sound of it, looks like Luanga will be brought off for Zoltan Puya. That's the word we've received from the pitch side. Naufal. Nice layoff from Johnny Calco. Boris just containing that run. They will concede a corner though.
But now again, Pulla, they have to find a way. They've got so many set pieces that have come their way in terms of corners. They have to find a way, but before that happens, as you mentioned, Zoltan Puya comes on.
Another chance for him to get some minutes. Half an hour and some more left in this game. Chance to lead a comeback. Brandon gets it back and then sends in something very disappointing.
The deliveries inside the box have not found their intended target on more than a few occasions. Brandon on that cross just trying to maybe put some power behind it, ask a few questions, but just overhitting that completely.
Nemil with the push on Johnny Kauko. This is an attacking set piece now for Mumbai City.
Johnny Kauko winning that ball and winning aside a free kick. There could have been a free kick with that jersey pull on. Also that came on Changte a little moment or so earlier, but then now Changte on the ball with that set piece.
Changte sends it in. Too close to Ritik Tiwari. Here come Goa again, wasting no time. Drazic. Is so good at carrying the ball forward. Now Boris. Every time you give him the ball in his own half, Drazic will just carry it 40-50 meters further forward. Changte turning away past Paul Moreno and then Tavora, and then looking for Naufal's run. Needed a better pass.
Defensively, both fullbacks have done very well tonight for FC Goa. Akash keeping Changte quiet, and Boris in his battles on that wing with Naufal has more often than not come out on top.
Pereira Diaz unable to find Changte with that back heel. And Bryson finds Valpuya.
Pereira needs to keep it simple. Just play what he says. Play the on-rushing Johnny Kauko to help then put the ball forward for Changte, who was making that run, rather than trying to play the clever little back heel that, as we can see again, with defenders marking him so closely, he's not going to get too much space.
Bryson. Nemel is the only one inside the box, just waiting for support. Here's Sangwan. Tavora. Ayush Chetri. Drazic wanted to turn on that. It would have been silky if it worked out. Chetri might have been tempted to take a shot himself. That's a slightly short pass from Moreno, capitalized by Mumbai City. Here's Pereira Diaz. Now Brandon. Changte's left it just in case he was coming back from an offside position. Valpuya. Brandon. In comes the challenge from Drazic and it's clean. Nuno Reis spreads it out wide for Naufal. Pereira Diaz. Kauka. Ball once again escaping Pereira Diaz for half a second. He's got it back though. Goa defending in numbers and threatening on the break.
Now they start to apply the pressure. Now Pula, Mumbai City pushing numbers forward, trying to pin back FC Goa in their own half.
Now fill in some space, and Jingan had to stretch and change direction, which he did very well indeed.
Great defensive work coming in from Sandesh on that occasion, making sure he gets something on that ball. Naufal taking on Boris, getting the better of him, this time with his pace. Puts in that cutback. Akash Mishra was present, but so was Sandesh.
Ronnie Kauko not too far. In terms of connecting slightly better with that header.
Seems to be some movement on the bench, Pula. I think defensively Peter Kratky will have to make a change or two. I think and this could be an opportunity for him to make some more changes to add some more energy back into this game.
Yes, Goa very happy to suffocate Mumbai City. It's the second goal that really gave them the cushion. And they'll be hoping this isn't a serious problem for Nuno Reis, but it's like he might have to come off. And that could just destabilize the back line even further. We've got Nathan Rodriguez. Sahil Panwar is also there. And Kamar Nikum will be brought in. Panmi is the other number 77. In fact, Sahil Panwar is coming on. Abdul Rabi is being brought on for Goa. And Mumbai City have made this change immediately, along with Vikram Pratap coming on for Brandon. Imagine now dealing with Abdul Rabi's pace. And Goa have chosen the exact right moment to bring him on for Rania. Mohammad Nem will also be going off. And Daniel Lalimpuya will be brought on.
Vikram Pratap, who had to come in, I think the tweak will now be that Changte steps in into that number 10 position, with Vikram Pratap occupying the wing and now trying to take on Akash Sangwan down the right for Mumbai City. And then the pace of Rabi, never easy to deal with, that too fresh off the bench. Abdul Rabi.
Naufal. very difficult when Manolo Marquez has set up his team in such an organized structure to break them down and come back from 2-0 down to salvage something. Yes, it's happened before. Happened over 2 legs in the past, but just as a one-off game with 70 minutes almost gone, looks like Mumbai City will have to come up with something absolutely magnificent to get a point or more.
They'll have to find a way, Bulla. Mumbai City, surely they're at the top of the table. They'll want to get something back from this game. There's not much difference between them and Mohan Bagan.
Now for nice little shift, but they all knew he was going to take it with his right boot. Free kick given away by Rainier, a little clumsy just outside the box on Zotan Puya, and this is from shooting distance.
Zotan Puya with just that fake, taking that ball away from Rainier, who had committed to that tackle already, could not get out of the way, trying to prove his innocence. But right now an opportunity for both Changte and Pereira Diaz over the wall to put this over the wall.
Changte's taken it. He did come down, but it was off target.
Completely off target. Could not wrap his foot around it, but that gives an opportunity now for FC Goa to make their changes. Fresh legs. Also Daniel coming on just to become that number 9 that can hold up the ball for FC Goa. There's 20 minutes left in this game. I feel maybe still time enough for Mumbai City to make it back into this game. Especially, I remember the game in the previous editions where Mumbai City all of a sudden just shifted into another gear and made a comeback into the game in Goa itself.
A special night for Mohammad Nem comes to an end. 70 really good minutes. Playing slightly further forward, allowing Dejan Drazic to roam behind him, and scoring a wonderful goal to open his account in the ISL. And now Mumbai City will have to contend with the raw pace of Abdul Rabi. Daniel also looking for his first goal since 2022. That search continues. He's been very patient so far. Ball escaping Akash Mishra. Picked up by Rabi. In went Naufal to try and stop him.
Rabi just trying to push that ball across Naufal and get a run on it.
Jingan carefully down the wing. Been a very frustrating evening for Mumbai, coming with a lot of momentum in this one. Of course, the draw against Jamshedpur was difficult to take with the last minute equaliser, but they still had points and they still had form, and they were still playing against a Goa side which had not showed its best up until this game. It's almost as if they saved it for the visit of their long-term rivals. Here's Naufal. Zotan Puya. Big switch towards Vikram Pratap.
Mumbai City really haven't got going today evening, Pula. Everything seems to be either hurried or not finding the intended target. FC Goa, on the other hand, everything seems to have fallen into place finally. It's taken a while, but Manolo mentioned this as well, that he's got more draws than he'd like. And today, draws have finally turned into a win for this FC Goa side now. They just have to make sure they can continue on from here.
Nafal. Just much better from him. Good hit to Ritik Tiwari. Uses his palms to just bounce it in front of him. For a second, everyone would have thought he's probably going to palm it back towards an on-rushing attacker. But this time he is careful.
Now Fall again, finding that bit of space in front of him. Ritik Tiwari though, just present at the right place at the right time. And also that shot was just hit down the barrel against Ritik. Needed to be on either side of him to make it maybe a little difficult, maybe get the rebound to fall into a Mumbai City player's path.
Has gone out from Sahil Panwar's clearance. The second drinks break of the evening on the 75th minute mark. And Goa very close to getting a rare win over Mumbai City, especially at this stadium. And the last time that happened in the league was way back in 2020, that 5-2 win in front of nearly 12,000 Gores. Ferran Korominas stealing the show along with Hugo Bumus. A certain Jackie Chan Singh was also playing down the wings for Clifford Miranda's side at that point. And of course, the very divisive character of Edu Badia was also brought on later in that game. And ever since that, of course, there was that Super Cup win in the semi-finals, 2-1. And at that point, even though it counts as a home game for the side which occupy Fatorda, still a cup game. It's in the league where they've really suffered against City.
But I'm sure the Goals that have travelled to this game today will be happy with what they've seen from their side. I think the wheels have finally come together and are in motion for Manolo Marquez and his side. With the 2-0 scoreline, 2 goals in the first half, the second one being an absolute beauty from Nem to get his first goal of the Indian Super League. And at the moment, Mumbai City have had no answer to the 2 goals that FC Goa had scored in the first half.
Now what's going to be very interesting is if Manolo Marquez sticks with the same principles, but those principles also need the same personnel sometime to apply. Goa schedule includes a trip to Guwahati after this, and then to Jamshedpur, so they go east before welcoming Mohun Bagan in their last game on the 9th of May. Of course, those May dates might be subject to change, but at this point it's scheduled for the 9th of May. And if they can keep winning up until that point, then a Goa Mohun Bagan tie for something very significant in silver could also be in the making. And Mumbai City will say that they occupy top spot. They are on 18 points. And that position will not change irrespective of the result tonight. But what will happen is that they will have played a game more than Mohun Bagan, and the Kolkata side will want to catch up very quickly. Mumbai City do not have an easy run in. They have a game against Bengaluru away at the Kantirva. Then one against Mohammedan Sporting. Good ball in. Tiwari found it very easy to latch on to.
78 মিনিট খেলা অতিক্রান্ত, এফসি গোয়া 2, মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি 0। 78 মিনিট হয়ে গিয়েছে, মুম্বাই সিটি এফসি কিন্তু গোল করতে পারছে
by football arena, with East Bengal also very much in the reckoning to win silverware this term. It's all shaping up to go right down to the wire. Dejan Drazic. Daniel, foul just before that.
And I think then the East Bengal Mohammad derby will also make sense, because if all these teams are in that title race, I'm sure all of the teams, especially in the top 3, will be looking at each other to help one of them out to get something from their opponents. But it's not getting any easier, especially for Mumbai City. If they drop points here, you rightly mentioned 1 point away from Mohan Bagan still applying top spot, but I'm sure Mohan Bagan will look to take that over. Dejan Drazic goes into the book for that tackle that came in late. Just a tired tackle that came in from Dejan Drazic. So all in all, it's going to be interesting, Pula, how this last few games of each team pan out, especially in the top 3 contention. Anybody can take on anybody, actually all the way till Jamshedpur.
It just gives us a chance to discuss the title run in. Dejan Drazic went into the book for that, immediately asked for a sub as well. But have a look at Mohan Bagan's games. Northeast, that one's tomorrow evening, don't miss out. 7:30 p.m. kickoff. Franklin's been brought on for Naufal, then into Kashi, then the derby, and then Goa. Well, the hat did send out a lot of brilliant fixtures at the right time.
Definitely, I think it's fair, as I said, that the derby is going to make sense. Mohan Bagan, with their games, they've got a lot to play for. Now that there's only a point difference, they'll want to win all of their games. They only get some sort of respite after the 12th of May if the games don't change, where they played their last 3 games at home, welcoming Inter Kashi and Sporting Club Delhi, with East Bengal Mohan Bagan being probably the biggest game in Kolkata at that point of time. But Northeast and then FC Goa, I think those next two games for Mohan Bagan will be ever so important to get something, if not all 3 points from it.
Yeah, East Bengal very much in it this time. What a valiant draw. The last minute equalizer in their previous game. East Bengal also have Odisha and Punjab before the derby, and then Mumbai City. All of this in the first half of a season, in a full season. Sounds exciting, but doesn't have so much on the line. But in this one, where there's just one single round robin format, just giving teams a lot more to fight for. Let's not forget Punjab as well. If they can string a few victories, they're quite in the mix. Just 7 games played. Every team above them has played at least 1 or more matches compared to them, and Punjab have 11 points already. So they will want to put their name in the hat.
And they can. They clearly can. Because when we look at the run-in fixtures, even for them, when you talk about it, they've got East Bengal that they can win points off. They've got Mumbai City as their last game. And in between both of them, they've got Sporting Club and Chennai to win points off. Inter Kashi also, they'll make an asking of themselves, but possibly so it can get very exciting for Punjab as well.
I'll go up, probably have it wrapped up, but Mumbai City will know that if they can score in the next 4 or 5 minutes, that's when Goa's nerves will kick in. That's when the memories from the past come back into the head. But they must go all in. They use Ayush Chikara's presence in the box. It's down the wings that they've been stifled completely by Goa. There's a reminder, tomorrow 7:30 p.m. Juan Pedro Benali up against Sergio Libera. Again overhit.
That's probably been the story for Mumbai City. The final pass been missing, the final touch been missing, or the final touch a little too long and off target. They just haven't found the groove, Mumbai City, tonight, and the credit has to be given to FC Goa for making sure they can stop all the dangers that Mumbai City usually create and create more than a few occasions for themselves. Nemel with his first goal, Sahil Tavora also popping in with a goal. This has been a good game for FC Goa and the FC Goa fans that have travelled to the stadium to watch this encounter tonight.
Yeah, they need consistency now. The demand from Manolo Marquez before the game, out in the public to the media, that was also very brave, just so real. Harsh Patre was interested in that. Nice sliding challenge, saving Mumbai City the blushes. Goa will also hope that this is the performance which brings more fans back to the stadium. Nicely done by Franklin. Abdul Rabi tracking back and making sure that that's cleared away, enough distance added onto it.